Welcome guys, hello. How are you doing? Hope everything is fine. Just a moment, let's wait for... You might have some more latency because I was using a trick to use a ultra low latency on YouTube while streaming a high definition video. But I don't know, I don't want to it's against, you know, the so I made it low latency, not ultra low, so might be 5-7 seconds, something like that. But the quality will be higher for sure. So what a day, what a day, kind of interesting day. Monthly uh, treasury futures expiration. Michigan sentiment and PMI drove us higher. Essentially, for the past few days, we had some levels here on the 10-year, somewhere added yesterday. So I repeat, what I do is simply, instead of using a volume profile, I just on this kind of chart, which resembles a rainbow, but it aggregates turning points. So naturally, they will be higher volume. So if you can see here, I guess we should change I changed the colors today because it was mostly kind of a boring day. Until some part. So yeah, what I do is just I mark out the levels that have some outliers in volume, you know, exceptionally higher, like here, here, or up here, which were essentially as if we treat them as areas. Because if I use a volume profile, you know, this is gonna look like a normal distribution, an edge down here, no? So I prefer this way, especially for my intraday levels, no? The same goes for ZB, very similar. This was generally an area. We can even consider this whole range we want. Oh, so it becomes like this. It becomes this way. But Donald was talking until 5 minutes ago, and the market was probably expecting him to say something interesting, but he didn't. It wasn't the right vein, you know, to give more details about the tariffs and everything. So yesterday, his speech in Davos can be interpreted like not so aggressive stance on tariffs for now. He's also saying that he will be demanding lower interest rates, but it's just talking, you know. I mean, he cannot demand, the Fed cannot just lower them because yes, conditions aren't suggesting it, but they are based on data, so let me just lower the volume. the Bloomberg stream. Where did it go? Okay, you probably don't hear it anyway. So. So these last 45 minutes or so, there was this huge eyes on both sides, on across the whole curve while Donald was talking, and also the London close, which produces some kind of effect on US Treasuries as well, but especially on, of course, on Bund and the rest of the Eurex products. So the effect is bigger, and compared to US products closing, it lasts longer. Starts the book starts being very thick, like already sometimes even 30 minutes earlier. Earlier prior to the close. So what I've added here are just the tick chart for the 10-year yield and the 20-year, which corresponds more or less to the ZB contract. It seems that yields are again going to test the lows, the daily lows. Let's move back to the main screen. So here is the phase of the huge eyes on both sides. Then it slipped down and now recovering. Seems that in the end bulls are very in control. I also noticed earlier this inverse. So 5 should correspond to around 16 on the N. Options expiration today was monthly expiration. You see the puts closing now here, minus 5,000, which was around this, around here, this breaking point where we created the low volume node. It's released, POC just below, right at 16, and then poof. So this was the effect. Tack. For this last push and now continuation. And yeah, so talking about the state of the evaluation, the assessment. A rough start of it, but not so bad overall. Yesterday when I did the hour, the stream yesterday was down 4. I was down more yesterday, but then overall it was down almost 400 probably, because yeah, yesterday I was in and out of the desk and yeah, started clicking with more size, but then I just continued, ignored it, and I continued, and eventually I finished at minus 42, which are basically just the comms, the commissions. Today up 93. UB Widowmaker down 3 ticks with I believe it was a long it kicked me out. Kicked me out before moving, while almost most of the ZB trades were also longs. With I traded the news I traded, and I averaged in after the PMI, and then added after the Michigan sentiment. Overall, the entries were in this area, so down until 22 from 25 in this area, and I closed here around 28. I closed at 28. When looking at the day after, very nice, but okay, it's fine. It's fine. As a first week, it's okay. Minus essentially minus 4 ticks for the whole week, and I will do some review on the weekend. I like doing weekend reviews or to review after the session. Some unnecessary risk taken, some too much hesitation. Also, the conditions became different because when I traded November and December, higher volumes, part of my edge, part of my strategies is taking advantage of these smaller ranges, no? Those 3 ticks. Essentially, what I did on my personal account for 2 months was just trading these, not even directional, no? 4 or 5 trades per day, short in the top or long in the bottom of these things while they lasted for maybe 20 or more minutes. But what changed now is that most of the volume is traded toward the middle, and so the fills on the edges are very difficult, and so I need to adapt and find out something, because it's still part of my tool set to do it. I like doing it because it's safer. I don't like trading directional. Big ups if you do, but it's not it's not what I do. Mainly, at least mainly. So I just wanted to do this live as recap of the week. So recap of the week. Some reflections to be made, of course, because yeah, I started Monday and I didn't essentially I didn't trade the week before. And meanwhile, on the inauguration, because I took a week off, basically I was in and out, just the first part of the week for the inauguration, and then nothing. So yeah, just one needs to adapt constantly. Next week will be better for sure. Let's take a look. At the general situation here and there. So let's merge these two. It merges forward. Refresh. I don't really like how... Oh, come on. You change instrument. Which one is it? What was the split is minus, so why aren't you clicking minus like a... The hell? It merged. Come on, do I really have to? It doesn't want to unmerge this. Remember, I had this problem. Okay, I'm not gonna merge. So I don't. Then there is a problem because there are two profiles essentially, and it does this trick. But anyways, I would say that this is the area. Let's move this forward, and this should be the distribution over here. So yesterday I mentioned it on Boond that I wanted to see how we closed, and this resulted in as a failed auction, a failed extension of the range. Today we opened, and tonight the Bank of Japan hiked their interest rates, and that brought the dollar down a lot, and the treasuries rallied. Then during the overnight session we gave back almost all of it, and now here we are back in the middle. This remains intact. We didn't trade lower. There will be elections in Europe soon, and they still quite look worse, kind of worse than US treasuries, because the push that we had on the 15th and then the 16th, I don't know, again, need to see, but they're kind of weaker than US treasuries. ZB just same as all the same. Interesting times. Let's check. Yen. Overall range day did nothing. Up, down, up. Still uncertainty. I believe the longer the politics, the longer there is no clear, nothing clear, very clear on tariffs and policies and everything. I think that we will just we will just continue staying in this range. And the longer we stay here, shares should be just the same, just the same. Okay, what did equities do today? A new all-time high. I'm back. Oh, good afternoon, macro trader. How are you? NQ was kind of weaker yesterday. Did it recover? Almost. It's still weak. So there must be something wrong with the Mag 7. Gold today. New historic high. Oil should have took a hit, I believe. Yes. Oil just down. All good, macro. All good, all good. Are you on our server as well? So we can have a talk even outside of the stream. Doing good, doing good. Just taking a look at the past week. As I was saying, yeah, I did trade the news a little bit, especially Michigan. So I had a nice entry in the 25 to 22 area on ZB. I've cut that at 28, around 28. I averaged in. Had one trade on UB, which resulted in a stop before the move. All were longs from the bottom, essentially. So yeah, this is the weak situation. Yesterday, when I did the stream, I was down 4. I managed to get flat and minus fees essentially. Wednesday hits because on Wednesday I had a UB trade, a -3 trade that I let hit the stop while on stream, and it was perfectly scratchable. But overall it's fine. As a first week, a bumpy week, managed to. But yeah, I was saying next week I adapt the. Next week will be better. How about you guys? How was your day? Nice. Okay. Did you digest the cognac, Alex? Me open. Thank you. Okay, 38. We're right in the middle. With a balanced day. I hate trading. Always hated trading equities with low weeks. I prefer to trade them eventually when there are huge spikes in weeks. It's much easier. Hi, Mr. Sandman. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Yeah, yes sucks for sure. It's where VIX is slowly um slowly falling. It's the worst. Is the worst moment. It's the worst order flow that there is on equities overall. I took some trades on my MNQ yesterday. Toward the close. I shorted the closing flows after the official close, and a little part of that push in the last 20 minutes. Yeah, you can really. Oh yeah, I tried those. Oh, I have strategies on closing flows on yes. Last hours of forced flow, easy to trade. Because if you have an extremely high or positive deltas, you can imagine and just wait for whatever starts to drive, like 15 minutes before the close, whatever starts to drive the market, um, either I don't know, like yesterday, probably some of the shorts that were opened during the day that were still open toward the close, they forced to close them out, and there's the rally. What was it yesterday? Also some kind of VIX expiration or probably a SPX options expiry, you know. Yeah, Sandman. There's a lot of chop. Exploring. This is what I meant earlier, that part of my edge is gone because I tended to for November and December I tended to whenever I saw this kind of two-way um or even here, no? Even here to short the top tick or long the bottom tick, but since a week or so, the majority of there is no volume on the edges. I don't know why, zero. And eventually then they pull and you have the move. So I need to adapt, and that's also part of the reason why I missed a lot of trades this week, and many of them then resulted in losses as well. But it's just question of adaptation, no problem. Watching paint dry, really. How much is the volume today? Kind of average. Honestly, I would have expected much higher volumes um, after inauguration. I don't know, maybe it will change in after on the next roll. And as well, I wait for the close again today, but it's Friday. On Friday, the closing flows are different, so more difficult to take advantage of. And also to be very, very precise, we'll need a look at um, Vanna, etc. to see if it's gonna be a violent close or not. That also gives some insights based on the options activity of the day. Yeah, your short should be looking good now, no? Just European bonds are dead anyways. So. The difference in deltas for the day between the ultras and the normals. The treasuries made a lot of moves already today. So it's Friday. And QNES might look like a long, but I don't know if I want to spend energy and get nervous trading NQ NES on a day where VIX is so low on the last day of the week. This is something cool. This is the DOM opened from this heat map that has a filter for number of trades per level instead of lots. And it makes everything cleaner. Now compare ZN and ZN. It's kind of much cleaner. But I cannot use book. I don't know. I really don't like the using. I used it for a while. I'm just used to Jigsaw. Maybe next week I will use more of Trader. I tried it out a bit this morning. It's a nice platform overall. It's difficult when you have used a platform for a long time. It's difficult to switch. Like tell somebody that uses maybe Sierra since years to switch. I don't know. Probably somebody that uses Sierra would only switch for TT. For the automated features mainly, and for the speed. And the next level in trading treasuries is any sort of automation. How was my week? Here it goes. Already talked about it a bit. Kind of a slow start for this evaluation. Was cautious, jumped on the markets after the condition shifted. Last week I was kind of holiday, but overall it's just down roughly 4 ticks for the week. Yesterday was kind of difficult because I started and I went immediately down almost $400, but then I managed to close the day at flat minus commissions. And today so and so. Wednesday, a couple of unnecessary losses that I need to review, but it's also the pressure from the stream. Next week I will oh, no problem. It's question of adaptation. That's it. I didn't pretend the first week to be a spectacular week. Taking it slow, but also I don't want to take it too slowly and just start being more aggressive. Adapt and be more aggressive, you know, because otherwise it's gonna take forever. And probably next week I will also increase size. I already started to increase size yesterday and today, and I didn't stream the full session because already after Wednesday I thought that I needed to kind of ultra focus and adapt to the market. So I did some research. I will continue doing some research on the weekend, and next week I will just use more size to move forward. Because 1 week, one tick, one lot to make 3500s on treasuries is hard. Not impossible, but yeah, let's move forward. Counting that we are the evaluation, I also did a small mistake, and I suggest if you get an account and remember to use our to use our code Mr. OrderFlow if you do on the futures desk, might consider lowering the days of consistency, because I've chosen the max. I didn't think too much about it, my error, but it determines your consistency. So with the current configuration, I cannot make more than 300 per day, but it's worth it to increase that, so that if you have an exceptionally good day, it stays. No, it doesn't get added to the total. To the total, no, not too much. Like double that, not three, not 10 ticks, but maybe 20, something like that. If you have an exceptionally good day, at least. But now it's like that, and we have to deal with it. I have to deal with it. Was waiting to kind of see what happens here at O3. O3 and O2 as well. Maybe even O1. If the tens get 16 halves. 16 halves. Trump is talking. Market is trying to take nuggets wherever to or some direction. No? Okay, I missed this part. Let's see. That he banned the development of the US central bank digital currencies, which will compete with Bitcoin and other established tokens. That, of course, essentially, the central bank might have wanted to enter the market, but there are other ways to do it. See what happens down here. Yes, holding while in Q made a low. Let me check out Max. Wow. What's holding up the market? Completely ignore the news about Apple and whatever else in the past. weeks. Okay, so the rally was without Apple and Microsoft. Okay. Nvidia is just range bound. It's an earnings season, so maybe normal. There's always some kind of divergence. Amazon Meta or Meta. And well, it's best to trade around these events. Yeah, in my opinion. Here was amazing, totally. Dolly. Dolly just stays there. Here we are. Observation mode on. So far, no real initiative up from here on tens. Probably they're just testing the grounds for now. The floor is kind of open on the GB mat. No, I just take on both sides. See what happens. Fields are slowly moving up. Especially the two. The 2, 5, and 10s, and while the 30s are lagging. So I'm not sure I want to stay in front of this too long. Essentially, we are back where we started here. The last trade that I scratched, I was short here at 6 in that way. I scratched it because I didn't want to stay in the release of the icebergs. It's seriously boring. Yeah, tomorrow or Sunday, I think that I will maybe I will stream because my lady will be working in the afternoon, in my afternoon, so I will dedicate to to do some replays, some research, and I might do it in the stream. Need to fix my bots as well. I didn't use them much this week. I didn't have the time, so I will also run replays on them. To adapt the parameters. Because at the first glance, if I use them this week with the parameters that I used early January, they wouldn't have performed very well. Plus, I noticed some bugs doing some replays this morning. So definitely needs some fixing because I don't want it to. The bug was like when a signal was triggered, it went into a loop in adding contracts, no? So it ends up with maybe three contracts, 3 or 4. So not really ideal, no? I don't know why. I didn't change anything. It just bugged out itself. Some initiative here, but no follow through. If from here to if you get up to we are also around the POC. Hey, Yunus. How are you, Yunus? Oh, what a dump. Turn these things off. I hate equities overall. So traded them too much for too many years. Enough. Good results on good days, but inconsistent. Emotional roller coasters. No, I turned it off. I promised myself in November, and I already broke that promise. Micro sometimes micro just for the sake of it. On those setups that I know that I know that work and that moments that work, but trading it full day, no, 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 no. I would love to if they allow the trading Eurex on the evaluation, but they don't. Only on the funded account on the brokerage. Much better flows. American markets are flawed, dishonest, broken. I live in Italy, but I'm Polish. Okay, so this yields on the 2-year are climbing, and the fives are following. Yeah, yeah. I live in Italy since 27 years. Italian, Polish. Oh, ciao. Looks like 10-year yields are catching up. Io da circa 6 anni, ma full time da 1 anno e mezzo. Tu? And you? 1-1, 1-1. Se vuoi guardare il link nella descrizione, se guardi il link nella descrizione c'è il mio 1-1. Lo faccio più per passione che per altro. Mi piace insegnare. This might be... nice. Spread, long end, short end. I've learned that sometimes it's better to stay out when this happens, because it might be replicated on the US as well soon. No way we are filled at 205, or if you get there, they're selling pressure from above.
From the world of politics to the world of business, this is Balance of Power.
Give me a second. I just wanna try to manage this trade and see if it's possible to get in or not.
Donald Trump lands in the disaster zone. Welcome to the fastest show in politics as the president makes his first trip outside Washington since Monday's inauguration, visiting
Yeah, sure.
Carolina.
Normally,
In California, of course, damage left
it will have stayed a little bit more here. Even a fill at 04s, very difficult. After either I would have replaced the limit, but that is one of the things that I need to adapt, because it's not giving me the time after I see the all the other sets of confirmation. It's not giving me time anymore, and it doesn't do the full range, the full two-way to enter. So I will replay the week and see to adapt to this and just kind of anticipate a little bit more, be faster. And then might also be it, you know.
Yeah, and we'll have to see what the president says when he touches down in California. He's still in North Carolina for the time being. In fact, speaking at a news conference alongside families who were affected by Hurricane Helene. And if we hear more from President Trump while he's there in Swannanoa and North
Buyers
Carolina,
definitely had their chance here, there.
but in the meantime, as always, we begin with a check on the market. So let's go on up to Charlie Pellet in New York. Hey, Charlie.
Questo è il mio altro schermo. Questo è il terzo. There is a video, by the way. It's not a live. It's a video where I introduce this 30 days live series. We have a Discord community, by the way. Whoever is watching that isn't in, you are very welcome to join us. A lot of nice guys, a lot of traders, guys. I say guys because Federico. There are a lot of nice people, and I invite you, Satya, to join us, and whoever else is in the stream that isn't already in the community. Very great minds. Più 3 tick di ZB, più $90 di oggi. Un po' lento. Thank you, Mr. Sandman. I believe that too. So just a consideration. Since the engine is gone, I've talked about it with a couple friends as well. Since it's gone, it probably I cannot enter at 05 waiting for the usual set of confirmation. So if either I pre-placed limits, it was a nice area, it was the POC, the yields kept kind of climbing, the 2 and the 5 years were driving it down. And so I just hit with one, just marketing with one, place the limit, an alternative. Yeah, I think that will work. Should do that more often. Because after it happens too often, after this this kind of move, we won't then join the continuation lower based on the rest of the parameters. Nearly impossible. Yeah, Federico, the push was amazing, very interesting. You left while we were around here essentially, no? Around 16, 15 and a half. I noticed that on the option side, because today is a kind of big expiration as well. There were a lot of puts closed here while ZN was at 16, which is halves on options, because the options are priced in quarters instead of halves of 30 seconds. So 16 corresponds into halves on options, and there was a lot of puts closed. And that might have contributed to the push forward. Grazie, Monkey Welder. Tradare è una... I will, Monkey, I hope that you, my English is very simple, so I bet that you won't have any problem. I would say that trading and entertaining people so well, I don't know. I'm training in front of an audience. It's less of a problem if I'm doing it with friends, like we did on our server for quite a long time. We traded together every day, no? But yeah, a lot of hesitation, but it will get better. About correlations, but correlations are very, very important, of course, and that comes, of course, from the rest of the curve, and all the bond-related products. And their yields. I watch at the yields a lot as a general idea. Of course, that they are the advantage. It's just an extra, not really so much necessary, but the levels on the yields are cleaner than on the bonds. So psychological level, target yields, average. I don't remember the correct words now. I'm a bit tired. Levels are much cleaner on yields than on bonds themselves. 6J, the Swissy, the yen, the Swissy. Yeah, yeah. Safe havens, no? Definitely worth exploring the correlations. And I like the correlations at certain times between the European, the German bonds, especially Bund and Bobble. And I have the sound alerts for the Buxel and the shots as well. For the past 2-3 days, for the past 2-3 days, uh, when we were dumping, the shots anticipated the dumps quite often. I would say 8 times out of 10. Shots started selling, followed by maybe Bund, 30-year last, and then almost at the same time as the Bund, also the Bobble. And a few seconds later, 5-10 seconds later, almost the same. Not saying that it made a swing after, no, but a decent amount of selling came, and I'm talking especially to the sell side. Today I didn't pay attention if on the rise up we had the same exact correlation. So yeah, the correlations are definitely worth looking at. I don't have ladders for the yen or the Swissy. I prefer to take an overall view, and plus I'm checking the Swiss yields as well as the French and the Italians. Uh, let's see now. That's another example. Sure, there is the selling. It made sounds because the tape was. It takes the average volume and sell um, in the past X periods that I don't remember what I defined them to. Training period 5 minutes, and so when there is a sudden whatever now, there wasn't much activity, and so it triggered. But it's at this time it might be meaningless, you know. There is a very nice video by Mr. OrderFlow himself specifically about correlations, and he go very deep very deeply in it. So Monkey, I will suggest to watch that video. Let me see if I can find it. Mr. OrderFlow correlations video. There you go, I'm pasting here. This is made by the real Mr. OrderFlow. We are a team, essentially, now. might expand in the near future. Satya, dipende da te. Dipende puramente da te. E va mese per mese. Comunque se ti interessa mandami una mail a quella che ho indicato e ci organizziamo per una chiamata anche nel weekend, così per vedere a che punto che sei, che cosa hai imparato, che cosa vorresti imparare, quali sono i prodotti che ti interessano, queste cose qua. Lo vediamo nel dettaglio. Again, nothing trading on the boundaries. This would have been ideal. Ideal situation. 5 minutes of 3 ticks range. Unfortunately, nothing traded on the edges. Even if I should, even if I, if I lift my offer, or if I hit in the bid, it still needs some volume on the edge, so it could be an advantageous. So still betting on some kind of okay, now it will have one tick. There is this bracket right now, and again a lot of two-way flow volume. No, not in, not no, no, no. Yeah, yeah. Not sure, not sure, mate. Look how O1 go on bid, but nobody sold into it, and now it's being reinforced. Eventually, it might trade a bit, but for once, probably. Now this bracket is can do whatever at this point. I don't know. It's very difficult to make a decision on such a low volume. You have to anticipate a lot. If you wanted to get long, you should have just placed your order at O2, maybe for 2 ticks. And if short, O4 was still good. If here, no, would have get in and out 1 or 2 ticks, scalping ticks, no. It's Friday. Need to be careful to not waste it. Came back at POC 05. 70 traded. Delta is quite positive on ZB in this area, this range that goes 02 to 08. Is correct. 5 bar cumulative delta. Very good. kind of inverse.
You're going to see these kind of disasters hitting because the weather's not the same anymore. We are talking about impacts that we need to
Also, guys, for whoever uses ATAS, I updated a bit the daily stats. Wee! Wee! I updated it, by the way, and I will update it in the shop on for free, of course. I will probably put my bots there as well, probably for just or for free or for a very symbolic price. When they will be ready in the next months. They don't have stupid problems.
figuring out how we can continue to move forward in the face of a president that doesn't acknowledge that climate change exists. So I think it's really important that we move together, that we maintain our relationship with the international community, even though that the Paris Agreement has now.
Then it's much weaker than 30s. 30s are just holding the range for now.
We are working with Mike Bloomberg and others to make sure that we still maintain a vital role in
The only ones. Because the rest, the 5-2s and the 10s all left the range.
they know the challenges they're facing, and we have to make sure that we continue to invest in our communities in a way that's moving forward with clean energy and not making the climate worse by continuing to advance oil and gas, which is ultimately the main reason why we are having the climate challenges we're seeing today.
Gina, I want to ask you about some of the things that we've seen take place this week since Donald Trump took office. We saw a flurry of executive action starting, of course, on day one, as he promised. I'm looking at one of them right now called Unleashing American Energy. It's dated the 20th of January. This executive order
I think that I will just resist the temptation to take trades on this low volume. I don't know if it's really worth it. Just wait for Monday and call it a week. True, Eli. A very, very difficult week. Difficult fields, difficult to read the flows. Shocking volumes.
Of the efforts underway to address climate change and to move towards clean energy. But what's I think important for the American public to understand is that
Very true, Eli. And yeah, Mr. Sandon, I think that I'm going to go to get dinner done, cook, drink some wine to close the week. So summing it up, difficult week, but survived. Closing the week at minus 4x. Yesterday, a very good recovery from minus 400 to minus to 0, minus fees. First day of stream, I was extremely cautious and resulted in a lot of scratches, missed trades. Wednesday, one trade especially was totally avoidable on UB. It gave me 2 chances to scratch, and I left it go 3 ticks against me, which I never do. I don't know why I did it, but okay, errors are part of the game. And today, win rate of 60%. UB was the widowmaker again. I don't know, maybe next week I will just consider not trading it. We'll see. Maybe just look to trade the TN with bigger size. See the volume today. How was the volume on TN compared? Yes, much better. So might just do some replays on the Ultra because I don't trade it much. Need to check it, and maybe I will switch from UB to TN. So yeah, survived the first week of this challenge. More to come. We will bring it to the brokerage, guys, for sure. Have a nice weekend, guys, and enjoy your time. Thank you for coming. And again, if you are not in the Discord and want to have a chat or whatever, come to our Discord, and there are a lot of nice people